Before I start, there's one more disclaimer. This is some topic that I speak all the time about. And again, this is one of my favorite topics. So whenever I am at any WordPress events, this is the first question that I want to ask. Like, what are you doing here? Alright. Although they say that WordPress community it is an open community, and everybody is welcome here. And it is as diverse as possible. It is very welcoming and inclusive. I vouch for that. But then again, it is a genuine question that people have that, okay, generally, primarily it is a tech conference, right? So this session is about answering all those questions once and for all. So the next time anybody gets to ask this question from me, or anybody like me, you all can refer to my talk on WordPress TV and just send this over. Right. So yeah, who am I? I'm an advocate by profession. I started blogging around 2015, and I personally have built like 5-ish websites in the past 2 years. So yeah, although my description said advocate, blogger, WordPress contributor, community lover, I think I can add web developer as well on that note. So I decided. And when I talk about diversity, although I belong to the legal field, I have studied law. I do not hold a tech degree as such. Why am I here is like law and tech. They both are very different, but on the same note, they are intertwined. Tech needs law, law needs tech. And so when I have the privilege of knowing both of them in different ways, what is more beautiful than being able to contribute for the growth of both, right? So community has helped me doing that, and I'm really grateful about that. Then there are a few events that I've been part of. The first picture is from WordPress Bhopal 2023. So I started as an organizer in 2023. So I started my WordPress community journey in 2023 as an organizer for WordPress Bhopal 2023. Then there was like WordPress Mumbai, which happened in again this very same month, October 2023. Then Do Action Bhopal. I tell more about what these events are about and how I contributed. Then Do Action, there was WordPress EmpowerWP 2025. So, when I was part of the organizing team of WordPress Bhopal, only because I have been organizing events for the past 5-ish years, because I love organizing events. I think my legal degree taught me more in marketing aspect than law. So, I love organizing events, being part of events, and therefore when the opportunity came that, okay, Bhopal is having WordPress after a certainly long amount of time, then why can I not contribute? So I went ahead and I became part of the, I oversaw everything. I was also emceeing there, the speakers, sponsors, etc., etc. So all of those things happened. I loved the vibe, and it was like one of the best events that I've been part of for the longest time. I mean, the spirit, although I met all those people for the very first time, it did not feel that I met them for the first time. It felt more on that note that, okay, a family reunion is happening. And so it was lovely. But then again, I had no other plans of getting into the community as such. Organizing WordPress Bhopal, meeting so many people, loving the vibe, that was there, yes. But further plans, not as such. But then, what happened is, the people I met at WordPress Bhopal 2023, they went back. There were other WordPress happening in India at that point in time. And I received an email one fine day from Vachan Kumale, who was organizing WordPress, was one of the organizers for WordPress Bhopal 2023, happening in the very same month. And that email was about, it invited me to speak at WordPress Bhopal. And I certainly was taken aback because, again, what were the plans? What is this? But yeah, I took the chance, I took the opportunity, and there I was. First organizing a WordPress event, and then speaking at another WordPress event happening in 1 month itself. So I think the head start to my WordPress journey was actually given by these two major events that took place one by one. Then a little more, yeah. So again, when I say I come from the legal field, I come from a very different field than what these events are primarily driven from. I also mentioned that the legal field is very sophisticated, right? So WordCamp Bhopal actually brought a lot of realizations of what can happen at an event as such. So one of those realizations was like, okay, legal events are like, okay, sophisticated, you dress up well, you talk well, and things are very formal, and you're not like, at least you're not in shorts, right? But that is the opposite of what I saw at WordCamp Bhopal. I'm not demeaning it, it was just different to what I had imagined or thought that might be happening at a conference. So that was a few realizations that I had. Then May to October, WordCamp Bhopal, Mumbai, do action. I also started contributing to the Make WordPress, like telling more about what Make WordPress is. Then contributed to that. Then I was nominated for Youth Care Fund. We'll talk about it later. Then, yeah, all these events I had spoken about. Yeah. Coming to the main part of what is contribution and why it is a good idea. So, WordPress community particularly is known for two things. Number one, the community spirit, and number two, the networking opportunities. As I mentioned earlier, it did not feel like I am meeting these people for the first time. I'm not great with people, I can talk, but I'm not great with it. But these events, did not feel like, I'm not pressurizing myself or pushing myself, okay, I have to talk. So, both great opportunity to network and, to vibe actually. Then there is an opportunity to make a difference. You organize an event, why? It's fun, but it's also about making a difference. Not just in the community, but also in the society. I have kind of a case study for all of you from an event that I was organizing very recently. And I tell you why, how it kind of contributed to society in general, like how we wanted it to go. Then forging friends across borders. When I came here yesterday, till the time I did not meet some familiar faces or acquaintances, it felt like, okay, maybe it is not what I had imagined. And that's what I thought. But then there was like one familiar face. She introduced me to somebody else she knew, and then the story continues. So again, WordPress events are also about, one person, even as an acquaintance, you know them, they know somebody, they help you meet that somebody, and then the cycle continues. And that's the beauty of it. Then community support, upcoming slides, yes. And it's fun, I've mentioned it hundreds of times. Now, this is a picture from the Indian community in the WordPress WordCamp Asia 2025. Not all of us know each other, all the people present here. But then when it comes to actually gathering and, having fun, these things are very common. So, this one is from the family photo. When I say family reunion, they literally call it family photo. And that it indeed is. Next, how to contribute. Again, when I say WordPress community, it is about contributing to the community for the growth of not just the system particularly, but growth of the individuals present there as well. So when I contributed to the patterns team yesterday for the very first time, it was my personal growth as well. So when I say that I am not a techie, but I can build like 5-ish websites on WordPress, because it also seems easy and because I like good and more simplicity, then again, that is my personal growth apart from the growth of the community in general. So, yeah, that is about it. Now, how to contribute? You firstly start attending the local meetup chapters that are there. If you find there's no local, generally WordPress community, it runs on meetup.com, right? So firstly, if you want to contribute, you go ahead on meetup.com, you search the nearest meetup that's happening, you go ahead and attend, and if at all, in cases you do not find a local meetup chapter available, maybe you can apply for that. So WordPress Bhopal, if I talk about the chapter that I am part of, it was started by a person when an individual who was in his second year of engineering when he started. Right. So it's never too early to begin something, and one can do it just because they want to. Right. So first is that. Second, you contribute to Make WordPress. Now, Make WordPress is something that operates on Slack. Generally, and there are multiple teams. Now, when I say diversity, right, it's not always about coding, knowing how plugins work, etc. It's also about like, okay, I know how the community works. I know local people here, for instance, right? And maybe I know multiple languages, right? So, or I click a lot of pictures, right? So there are multiple teams available on Make WordPress. And they're like polyglots, photos, documentation, test, community, plugins, and plethora more. So whatever you're interested in, I mean, you bring the diversity from your own self. So that's how you can contribute to Make WordPress. Choose whatever you like. Go ahead and decide, okay, this might be something I can contribute in. And you go ahead and do that. And another thing with contributing on Make WordPress is that, okay, you start, like for example, there is this thing with photos team, you contribute like 30 photos. Contribution also means that, okay, you can license, because again, I'm from the legal background, I have to talk some legality. So, when you contribute a photo on Make WordPress, you actually give away the license to it. Right? Giving away the license means that, okay, when somebody uses that picture, with credit, yes, you cannot legally file a complaint against it, right? That is open source, that is open web, right? So that is contributing, like you contribute 30-ish photos on the photos team of Make WordPress, and then you certainly become eligible to be a photo moderator. So there are like positions there, how more on a bigger scale that you can, contribute on a global level. So that's them. Then you can, what I am doing, what the volunteers and organizers, sponsors are doing, all of you can do that one way or another. You can speak, volunteer, organize, if you have the needs, sponsor, and various WordPress events. Now, WordPress events are not limited to WordCamps only. So that is there. Then spread the word, right? Contribution isn't always technical. And you can always use your background as a lens. So, yeah. Also, just a quick question. Any of you have heard the title of pro attendees? The word pro attendees, micro sponsors. Yeah. So, see, there is this thing, when we say pro attendees, it's like WordPress events are known for being. क्या कहते हैं उसको? They can, I mean, the cost of it, the cost that they have, they are very feasible, so that more and more people can attend these events, right? They're not a lot. But then the people, like my sponsor for the pro attendees, it depends on the organizers what to call them, they pay the actual cost that person attending that event might have. That means, I mean, the organizers, whatever the cost that organizers might have to give to have that person at the conference is the cost that these people provide. So this is also one small way of giving back, because if you have the means, why not do this? So these are few ways how you can contribute. Then coming to the WordPress community, when I say having an opportunity to make a difference, this is what I mean. Like, we organized WordCamp Bhopal after a number of years had passed by. So a lot of the population of a particular city or the state in general, it did not have, it kind of lost the idea of, okay, WordPress community or something on those lines. So we had an agenda to revive that spirit, to ignite that fire, that something like this exists, and to bring the things from outside. I mean, give the people here in the city the idea that these things exist and they can make better things out of it. First was WordCamp Bhopal. Then Do Action was actually an event where we will pro bono websites for a number of NGOs or NPOs. Right? I mean, it was basically to amplify the work that they've already been doing and to further help them in this very small way. So that's another one. Then in EmpowerWP Bhopal was an event which EmpowerWP was organized on the occasion of International Women's Day. It was an event which was organized on a global level. This is what we named it, but. And it was basically to promote inclusivity and diversity in the WordPress ecosystem because I've been part of the local meetup that have been happening every now and then, every month basically. But then the population of women, the number of women has always been very, right? At times, I am the only woman present there at the local meetup. So this was a way of giving back and bringing awareness, bringing back the idea that you can do things, and it's not just a male-dominated. It shouldn't be a male-dominated field. So that's one. And then WordPress, which is ongoing, wherein we are targeting college students. Again, with Bhopal, WordCamp Bhopal, we started with igniting the fire in the whole of the community, the whole of the society. Then we went ahead to action, helping the community and the society, non-profit organization, with whatever work we're doing. Then we focused on women, and now we're focusing on students. Students are going to every other colleges, whichever are interested, and we're helping their students gain more WordPress awareness to increase the workability in general. So that's there. Also, in WordPress Bhopal, for instance, we try to follow the sustainability ethic. That meant that tote bags, for example, you might have received tote bags here as well, right? So the tote bags that we had at WordPress was made of eco-friendly paper. Then there were like only paper cups there, and then seat walls of representative sponsors and speakers, and I think seat paper recycled pens were provided to the attendees. So in these small little ways, we're trying to contribute as much as we can. So yeah, organizing events are not just about organizing events, but also about making a difference out there. Next, again the case study. There is a hashtag that goes on in the WordPress community that is hashtag Women in WordPress. Right? I got to know about this hashtag for the first time at WordCamp Bhopal. I did not know the relevance as of then, but as time passed by, I got to know why it is needed more and more. So EmpowerWP was a way of giving back and helping this idea to flourish as much as possible. Next, the case study as I was talking about, EmpowerWP, I mean, it's about basically what thoughtful inclusion looks like. So the audience, generally, we kept the audience as women plus allied. It wasn't women plus men, or it is a women majority event. The idea there is that empowerment doesn't happen in isolation. I mean, that's the idea that we follow. That if a woman has to do something, they have to flourish, it shouldn't only be in the way that when other people from other genders are not around. We can give the majority, yes, and we can have the majority, but it should also be like people who have already reached here and the people who are wanting to reach here. They are together, so the people above make space for people to come upstairs. So that was an idea that I followed. Generally, these events are for students and professionals, but what we thought this event was to include homemakers, to include women on career breaks, to include small business owners who are getting digitalized. The idea was the women out there, I mean, not just students and professionals who are already in the workforce, but also the women who have shaped our lives as a whole, to actually go ahead and build something out for their own. So this was about giving it back to them. The event was conducted primarily in Hindi because again, English, I have to speak in English right here. But then speaking in Hindi or the regional language would be helpful, because bringing those women out of the comfort zone was the greatest barrier, and this was about easing that. So that was one. The speaker lineup was all women, and I just read it somewhere, and I think Mondina wrote it on Twitter, that 7 out of 11 speakers here are women. I'm not sure if that is the correct stat, but that's what I read. So that's them. Then the idea was we let them know here for this event, we let them know about what the event is all about, what the community is all about, how things work. Then we teach them how things work, and then they do it on their own via the contributor account. So we made them contribute. Again, photos and translation are the easiest, is what I think. So we made them contribute bit by bit on the photos and translation team. So around we have 15-ish contributions that took place on that day. All those with first-time contributors. So this is the start that I have for first-time contributors. Then social media outreach, we focused on WhatsApp and Facebook as according to people that we targeted. Again, these women are active on WhatsApp and Facebook. Then the identity card, things shouldn't only be limited to what they have seen or heard during the event. So the identity card that they had, those had curated resources QR that was provided, that if they want to, go ahead and do more on that, they can always do this, do that by this way. Then, again, outcome was contributing to the society, not just the community. And we, after doing all of this, our anticipations were quite low. We did not know if the people that we have targeted, tried to target, would show up. Because coming out from the comfort zone is one, pulling them out from the comfort zone is one, and there's no shortage about it. But 90 to 100, 90 was the max that we thought. That was the maximum capacity that we thought. We can. But 106 registrations happened, and 70 plus attendees showed up. 50 to 70 was something that we were expecting that people might show up. 70 plus attendees in 106 registrations. So we kind of took it as a very big, that's something good has taken. It serves something. Now coming to one main thing, how I have talked about with the community, what you can do with the community, how the community works, etc. This is about how the community supports you. So I'm very thankful to this WordPress community that has been so welcoming and inclusive. That me being an outsider has been supported, and I call myself as an outsider, that I've been supported in so many ways that I am so grateful about. So I am here at WordCamp Nepal because I have been supported by the community. How? It was the Youth Diversity Fund that supported me to come here and deliver this talk. So that's there. I tell you more about it, what all is present. There's diversity scholarship if you want to attend the flagship WordCamps. There are 3 flagship WordCamps which take place globally: US, Europe, and Asia. And if you want to attend, if you're an active contributor, if you want to attend these flagship WordCamps, WordCamp Asia is happening next year in Mumbai, and you have the global lead sitting here. Yeah. So, if you want to attend an flagship WordCamp, and if you are an active contributor, but you need some kind of a support in going to that place, because it's not just hard on the pockets, it's not just hard on your work, but there are multiple things as well. So to take care of that, there are 3 scholarships provided: Diversity Scholarship, Kim Parcel Scholarship, and Automatic Open Horizons, which was just initiated. So there are eligibilities provided if you belong to an underrepresented group, and students are part of an underrepresented group, by the way, and women, and multiple other things that I mentioned here. You require financial assistance, and maybe you belong to a disadvantaged background. So these are the things which are available. You can read more about these later on. Then, if you are speaking at a WordCamp, as I mentioned about myself, I was recipient of a diversity scholarship for WordCamp Asia that happened this year in Manila. And that's about that. If you're speaking at any WordCamps or WordPress events, there are 3 things available: use diversity fund, GoDaddy's fellowship, and speaker support. You can read more about these later on. They give us a certain amount of grant for you to be able to easily go on and conduct the thing. Then, I mean, first two ones were related to the events, but this one is about being an active contributor. If you continue contributing to make WordPress in different ways, then there are these few things available, that is yours get fun and say contributing grant. There's a little token of appreciation that is provided by companies which are in the WordPress ecosystem, and that's the support that we provide. You can read more about these on this QR. And it did not feel great to end this live on that note. So here are a few pictures that I've just put them for the sake of it. This one is not really, I probably was a term provided by WordPress Mumbai Charter, and just took the name, but this probably is WordPress Bhopal, and that's the cake that we used to celebrate the WordPress anniversary this year. That's there. Thank you. Connect with all of you. You always scan this QR and connect with me. Was the session helpful?